In this week's video, we're off to Holcot near Northampton to their classic tractor working event. I can see it's going to be a very good day, sunshine and special tractors. The first order of the day was plough setting. They had to get all the different ploughs to match up and leave a level finish, and it was quite a job. This immaculately restored County 1174 and 3 for a Dowdeswell reversible plough looked just about brand new. The plough hadn't been used since a full restoration, so it took a little bit of time and effort to get it to work properly. The 6.6 litre Ford engine on this tractor delivers about 120 horsepower, so I think it could probably have managed at least one more, probably even 2 more furrows. Our next tractor is this Massey Ferguson 2640 and 4 for a Dowdeswell plough. This model falls in the middle of a range of 3 tractors and delivers 110 horsepower. They were built between 1980 and 1985. We're taking a bit of a technology leap now. This Ford 8630 has a full power shift gearbox. It was built in Antwerp between 1990 and 1993. Its 135 horsepower is making light work of 5 furrows. And heading down the headland to join us is this John Deere 4640. With 185 horsepower, it's certainly not going to struggle with this 4 for a plough. The 4640 was built in John Deere's Waterloo plant, Iowa, USA, between 1978 and 1982. and back now with the 1174 County. Still a bit of plough setting to be done, but I think they're getting there. The next tractor to join us is a Roadless 115, and it's working the ploughing down with a spring-tined harrow. Roadless produced this tractor between 1968 and 1975. If you worked one of these back in the early 70s, you thought you'd got something really special. A Roadless 120, built from 1971 to 1981. They only built 51 of these, so this is now a very rare tractor. And following along behind the Roadless 120, we've got this TM 130 from New Holland, built at the New Holland plant in Basildon, England, between 2002 and 2007. And next we've got our first two-wheel drive tractor, a Ford 6710, built in Basildon between 1982 and 1987. It looks like we need a bit of on-the-job driver training. And here comes a Ford TW20 with a 5-furrow dowsel. The European TWs were built in Antwerp, Belgium from 1979. And next, here comes another rare tractor, a County 1454. County built this 138 horsepower tractor between 1972 and 1978. And another Ford TW20. This time it's the implement behind that's really rare, the Howard Power Plow. Another rare and unusual tractor, the Dow 150. Made from two Ford Force 5000 tractors. More plough setting required. Is it my imagination, or is the four-wheel drive not working on this tractor? Our next tractor is this Ford 8730. a bigger brother to the Ford 8630 we saw earlier. This one delivers 155 horsepower. It's working with a square plough, and I couldn't work out what make of square plough it is. If anybody knows, perhaps you'll leave me a comment. Square ploughs were quite popular in the early 90s. A straw burning ban came in 1992, and farmers had to work out an alternative way of incorporating straw into the ground. You can judge how good square ploughs were at that by the fact that you very rarely see one today. In reality, they work particularly well in sandy soils, but not that well anywhere else. We've seen some of the bigger tractors that Roadless had on offer. Here's one of the smaller ones, the Plowmaster 75. This is basically a Ford 5000 with a four-wheel drive conversion. And now one of the smaller tractors, the International 414, built at International's Bradford factory in the early to mid-60s. The David Brown 1200, it would have been considered quite a big tractor in its day. It was built between 1967 and 1971. This John Deere had quite a story to tell. It had been 4 feet deep in floodwater not so very long ago, and the driver had just recommissioned it. I forgot to ask exactly which model it is. Probably a 3130? Perhaps somebody will leave me a comment below. The field wouldn't be complete without the odd grey Fergie. Round about lunchtime, this field marshal turned up with a Cambridge roll.
Lovely. Roll in.
and our visit to Holcot is almost over. I've never been to this event before, but I'll be coming back again next year if they hold one. It's been a wonderful, wonderful day, and it was difficult to decide where to point the camera next. I hope you've enjoyed the video. So until next time, that's it from Casterton Vintage. We'll hope to see you all again next week. If you've got this far into the video, don't forget to click the like button, and why not subscribe, then you'll be notified when we launch the next video. Thanks for watching, and see you all again next week.